Nomenclature in amines. So, nomenclature, we know that nomenclature, there are two types of naming. First one is common name, and the second type is IUPAC name. So, in common name, the alkyl name comes first. So, alkyl plus amine is added. So, alkyl and amine. For example, if we have CH3NH2, then the name we call it as, this alkyl chain is one carbon chain. So, we call it as methyl, and amine is added to it. So, methyl amine. If at all it is C2H5NH2, then ethyl amine, propyl amine, butyl amine, so on. Okay, students. So, in nomenclature, common name, alkyl and amine, we call it as alkyl amine depending upon the compound. If it is one carbon chain, so it is methyl and amine. If in secondary or tertiary amines, all the alkyl groups are same, all the alkyl groups present are same, then the prefix di, if two are present, two same groups, tri, if three same groups are present, before the alkyl group is added, before the alkyl group, For example, let us see one example. If the compound we will think as this one, NH CH3 CH3, this is a simple amine. So, here there are two methyl groups present. So, we will name it as di, prefix comes, and the alkyl name is methyl, as usual amine. So, dimethyl amine. We will see one more example for tertiary. If three methyl groups are present around the amine, it is a tertiary amine. So, how to name this? We can see same simple, this is a simple amine because all the alkyl groups present are same. So, how many are there? 1, 2, 3 methyl groups are there. So, the prefix tri should be added. So, trimethyl amine. Okay, students, hope you are following. So, this is in case of simple amines. But what if the compound is a mixed amine? That means different alkyl groups are present around the amine. So, then alphabetic order should be followed. Then alphabetic order of naming is followed. So, let us see with an example. For example, if we have a compound like this, one side there is a methyl group and another R is a ethyl. Then this is ethyl group, this is methyl. So, alphabetic order, ethyl comes first, E comes first. So, it is named as ethyl methyl amine, Let us take one more example, like if it is a tertiary amine, mixed tertiary amine, we can see one methyl group is present, one ethyl group is present, and if one propyl group is present, C3H7, then how we should name this compound? So, this is called as methyl, this is called as ethyl, and this is called as propyl. So, in alphabetic order, E comes first. So, its name is written as ethyl methyl propyl amine. So, hope you have understood how to name as per common nomenclature. So, alkyl plus amine. So, whatever is the, if it is a simple alkyl amine, then the alkyl groups comes first, later it is preceded by the amines. Okay. If at all it is a mixed compound, then alphabetic order is followed in this way. Okay. Remove respective alkanes, we will remove E, minus E. So, we have to remove from the respective alkanes, we have to remove E, and then we have to add amine, that is it. Okay. So, we have to remove E from the respective alkanes and we have to add amine. So, let us see one example like CH3NH2. So, CH3, it is methyl group, but respective alkane name, when it is having one more hydrogen, we will call it as methane. So, from methane we have to remove E. So, E is removed and we have to add amine. So, methanamine. So, methanamine is the name. Okay, students. So, let us see secondary amine. So, how to name secondary amines? That is, if both the alkyl groups are same, that is simple amine. So, let us see an example of simple amine. Here we can see simple amine like NH, when these two alkyl groups are same. Let us assume these two alkyl groups as methyl groups, then we can call it as N-methyl methanamine. N-methyl methanamine. N-methyl methanamine is named like this. Let us see for a tertiary compound, for a tertiary amine, if R groups are different. Okay. Let us see if R groups are different, then NH CH3 C2 H5. Okay. So, if R groups are different, then the carbon chain which is having less number of carbon atoms should be treated as substituent. So, here we can see this is a methyl group, this is an ethyl group. So, less number of carbon atoms, it has to be considered as substituent, and the carbon chain having more number of carbons, it should be considered as the parent chain. Parent chain. Okay. Parent chain. So, but if the alkyl groups are same, if two alkyl groups are same, so one alkyl group becomes the side chain and the one other alkyl group becomes alkyl amine. Okay, students. So, one will become chain and the other one will become alkyl amine. So, that is in same we have done here, right. So, for different groups we will do like this. So, let us see an example. Let us see an example. For example, here we can see CH3 N C2 H5 and C3 H7. So, more number of carbons, this is the more number of carbon atoms, this is treated as parent chain propyl group, and there are two side chains, this becomes substituent and this also becomes substituents. Now, all the three are different, then one has become parent chain, and from this two substituents alphabetic order should be followed. So, let us write the name of this compound. So, N ethyl comes first in alphabetic order. So, ethyl, then N methyl, so C3 is propanamine. So, it is N-ethyl, N-methyl propanamine. So, hope you also understood. So, thank you. The example is N-methyl, N-ethyl propanamine. Let us see the nomenclature. Aryl amines. Aryl amines. So, IUPAC system of naming compounds. So, When an amine group is present on a benzene ring, when an amine group is present on a benzene ring, same, from the respective alkane we remove E and we will add amine. So, from the suffix E is, suffix E is replaced by amine, that is it, replaced by amine. So, here this is a benzene ring on which NH2 amine is present. So, we have to remove benzene, E have to be removed, and what we should add? We should add amine. So, the name becomes benzamine, benzamine, or else simply we can call it as aniline. When an NH2 group is present on the benzene ring, it can be called as aniline or it can be called as benzamine. Okay. If there is another group present on the benzene ring, if there is along with amine, if there is another group like ethyl group, okay, we have to start numbering from the carbon on which amine is present. So, we have to number the carbon on which amine is present as 1, and the substituent group should get least number, that is 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, okay, right. So, now alphabetic order should be followed. So, second place ethyl group is present. So, the name becomes 2-ethyl benzamine, 2-ethyl benzamine. Let us see one more, if one more substituent is present, like same NH2, there is a ethyl group and there is a bromo group. What is the name? We have to same start numbering the carbon on which amine is present as 1, 4, 5, 6. Now, let us name this compound. So, here this is E, this is B. So, B comes first in alphabetic order. So, bromo group is present on 4th carbon. So, 4 bromo, 2 ethyl benzenamine. Okay, students, hope you are following. Benzenamine. Let us see another example of aryl amines. If this is a compound where both the hydrogens are replaced by methyl groups, then how should we call this compound? Okay, so it is called as N, N dimethyl aniline, N, N dimethyl aniline. Let us see one more example of aryl amine. This is a phenyl group which is attached to second carbon. This is the amine present. To this there is a one CH2 and CH3. Now, if we see in the benzene ring, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 carbons are present, 1, 2, 3, 4 carbons are present, but here this carbon chain which is attached to directly with nitrogen becomes the parent chain, and this phenyl which is attached to the carbon, it becomes the substituent. So, hence we will call it as, so this is first carbon and this is second carbon, so 2-phenyl, the name becomes 2-phenyl butan. This is but 1, 2, 3, 4 butan, and the amine is attached to which carbon? First carbon. So, we have to number that carbon as 1 butan amine. So, the name is 2-phenyl butan 1 amine. Let us see one more example. So, here the nitrogen of amine is directly attached to the benzene ring, that is phenyl group. So, CH3, CH2, CH3. There is one more example. So, how we have to call this as? So this nitrogen is in the center, and to which one side there is a methyl group and the other side there is a ethyl group, and we have the aniline, the benzene ring. Okay. So this carbon chain is parent chain, becomes parent chain because it is attached directly with the nitrogen atom. So now they are both are the substituents, and as usual alphabetic order is followed. So N-ethyl nitrogen, to one side there is a ethyl group. So N-ethyl, N-methyl aniline is the answer. N-methyl, N-ethyl aniline is the answer. If at all there are more than one amines in a compound, example CH2, CH2, NH2 and then NH2, then the E is retained in the respective alkane, and the numerical prefix is added. So ethane 1,2, because this is the first carbon, this is 1,2 diamine. So if more than one amine group is present, then the E is replaced from the respective alkane and number prefix and numerical prefix is added. So ethane 1,2 diamine is the compound name. Thank you.